We've got a Yamaha Atelier! We've got more than one, right? We've got more than one, right? The big problem with this Yamaha is that it's so difficult to get hold of. So, this is the YTS 82Z ASP, which is a very long name, so we just call this the Yamaha Atelier. These 3 years ago went on a very limited run, and they sold like hotcakes because this saxophone is incredible, but more on that in just a little moment. Now, for 3 years we thought, that's it, they're done, limited edition. But then all of a sudden our wonderful Yamaha rep came to us and said, oh, they're still available. They make about 2 or 3 every quarter and are mostly sold in Asia, but we can get you one. So this is the one we got. So what makes the Yamaha Atelier special compared to the standard 82Z? Well, there are lots of things that make this horn just the most wonderful thing that has been made by Yamaha in quite a while. But it all starts right at the top with the neck. So this neck is not the standard neck you find in an 82Z, which is the V1 open board, very spread tone. This is a very special TC1L. So this neck is made exclusively for this horn, and the C1 necks are the narrowest board necks that Yamaha do. That means that there's less space for the air to travel down the neck, which means you get a more focused, more controlled tone, which is very much starting to come in fashion at the moment compared to those sort of broader tones. The other thing that makes this neck special is that it's a little bit lighter and a little bit thinner. So what that does is it lets the metal reverberate a little bit more, gives you that spread compared to opening up the bore. The other thing that makes the neck special is the really big, extra large neck screw right at the top here. Now, not only does this look really cool and it's an absolute statement of the horn, it adds a little weight to this break, which helps compensate for some of the lost resonance that some players feel happens at the top of this horn. So most of the Yamaha Ateliers that have been made were made without a top F sharp to really emulate those classic horns of the 40s, 50s and 60s. 80% in fact are made without a top F sharp. What makes this one even more special is that it does have a top F sharp. So for you modern players that prefer the modern feelings of the standard ergonomics of a saxophone, this one is going to really feel comfortable under your hands. In fact, your hands is the next place you're going to feel the main differences. Where the finger positionings are on your saxophone, they've brought the left hand and right hand slightly inwards. Again, traditional vintage saxophones are quite straight down the horn and they kind of spread out over time. So what they've done is they've moved it slightly in, it feels a bit more ergonomic, and it gives you that vintage feeling once again. Other things Yamaha have done with this Atelier is they've added independent key pillars on the right hand. So instead of having one continuous piece of metal which adds weight at the bottom of the horn, these independent key pillars lighten the saxophone, they make it a bit lighter weight and make it a bit more comfortable to hold overall. Everything Yamaha has done with the Atelier, from the neck screw at the top here, all the way down to the right hand pillar, even the bow at the bottom of the saxophone, which is slightly more open like those 90s car works, which are absolute cannons, has been done to elevate the 82Z. Even with the finish, this gorgeous amber finished saxophone, unlike anything else on the market at the moment, makes this 82Z Atelier one of the most special saxophones on the market at the moment. Its rarity makes it even more special and even more frustrating, because in the back of my mind, not to take away from the 82Z, which is an amazing saxophone, and if you love it, you love it, but there's always that slight niggling feeling that this is out in the wild. This very special saxophone. But what do all of these mechanical differences make to the overall tone of this Yamaha Atelier? Well, the only way to find out is by putting a mouth... Jamie, what was that?
Oh mate, he's here again.
Who's here?
Tone King's here again.
The Tone King?
He said you were about to play the instrument, but said he wanted to do it himself.
Oh, not the Tone King. He's come through the door, right?
Sorry, yeah, he's trying to get in here. Is that right?
Yeah, fine. Thanks to the Tone King, we now know what this Yamaha Atelier is all about. And the first thing you can hear immediately is just the difference that neck makes. There's just such a focus to the tone, and it's got such a rich core right in the center of it. It evokes that vintagey sort of very astute tone. It's hard to put a pin exactly what it means. It just has a feeling, a warmth, a color to the tone that is just so wonderful. But you're getting all the quality of a Yamaha horn, incredibly well engineered. Everything is so carefully thought out that you just know that this is going to play from top to bottom. You know that the top is going to stay relatively sharpless, I should say. And man, oh man, there's just something so special about the way it runs up and down. You can feel the comfort of it the moment you pick it up. The moment you blow down it, it's got this sort of free-blowing feeling that you get from any of Yamaha's, but that neck is special, the tenon joint is special. You just play it and you listen to it and you just know this is a special horn. So overall, the Yamaha Atelier, incredible, special horn, probably one of the best saxophones, modern saxophones that has ever walked through this store, and we love it immensely. Which brings me to the last point of this video, where Yamaha, I know you're watching, Yamaha. I know you're there behind that screen, taunting us with your Yamaha Ateliers, sitting in a warehouse, waiting to be distributed whenever you want them. I tell you where you want them, with me, here in London, with the many, many European players that are desperate to get hold of it because it's one of a kind special horn. So Yamaha, bring them to me, send them to me. All of you wonderful people, like, share, subscribe, and get in the comments. Tell Yamaha that you need this saxophone. We need more than one. We need as many as Yamaha can give us. So, get in the comments. Please, if you've enjoyed this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Yamaha, I'm coming for you.
If you want to ease a saxophone shopper's suffering, please watch. Every day in the store, saxophonists roam the aisles, lost and scared, looking for the Yamaha Atelier. The distinct lack of heavy mass neck screws and amber lacquer causes great pain. They desperately look online for any sign of one for sale, and their search always ends in misery. Help us. Give these saxophonists a better life today by asking Yamaha to supply more saxophones to sax.co.uk. Together, we are stronger.